Hey, I'm Cory. Currently, I am in the process of building out my van. I have the floor in. I am very happy with how these turned out. The walls framed and the bed built. Ever since I built my bed, I have been ready to start traveling. My family and I went on a quick weekend trip to Robbers Cave State Park.
Oh, this is awesome, Cory.
And today, I'm heading out on my first solo trip. I've made it halfway to my first stop. So in the last 15 seconds, I've stepped into 3 states. I'm gonna keep my camera right next to me just in case something happens tonight. I didn't plan on going on any more trips until I had my cabinets built. However, I have a 3-day weekend and I wanna take advantage of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going on my first solo trip. Ever since I got the van, I knew exactly where I wanted to go for my solo trip. I have lived in Oklahoma all my life. So 34 years I've lived here and I've never been to the panhandle. So I am driving across northern Oklahoma and going to the very end of the panhandle to the Black Mesa State Park. The entire drive takes about 7 hours. However, I'm not gonna do that all this evening. I had to work today and it's currently 4:30. So I'm not gonna drive the full 7 hours. I think I'm gonna drive halfway to Woodward, Oklahoma and try to find a place to park and sleep and then get up in the morning and drive the rest of it. So I need to stop and get gas real quick and then I can head out on the road. I've made it halfway to my first stop. I planned on stopping at a Mexican restaurant here and eating. However, when I pulled in, there was not one spot open, so they were very busy. So I turned around to go find another spot to eat, and I came across Popeyes, which I was just talking about the other day, saying how I was craving Popeyes and it sounded really good. And then I just passed right by it, so I stopped. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat real quick and continue my way on to Woodward. This has been a pretty good drive so far. Most of it's been in the dark, but on my way back through, it'll be during the daylight. I have never, in northern Oklahoma anyway, I have never been this far west. So I've never been to Enid, and looks like a pretty nice town. I'm kind of curious how Woodward's gonna be. I hope it's a nice town as well, because I think I'm gonna be staying at the Walmart parking lot, and I have never done anything like this before, so I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll be all right. Unless I get a knock on the door in the middle of the night. That would not be good. Now that I've eaten, I think I'm just gonna get back on the road and head on over to Woodward. So I'll see you at the Walmart parking lot. I really hope that there's other people overnight parking here, so I'm not the only one. It looks like there may be a semi. I'm just gonna kind of drive around. I think over here, next to this field, is where I'm gonna park. Okay, I think I'm just gonna park. It doesn't look too bad. Pretty sure this semi right here that we just passed is going to be an all-nighter, so I'm just going to park right over here. Okay, so I made it. This wind, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but this wind is crazy. I just had to drive through it, and I had my GoPro on, my dash cam, which it's actually still going. I need to turn that off. My whole van is shaking from this wind. I hope it doesn't do this all night. I'm quite a ways away from the store, as you can see. I wanted to park as far away as possible. I've pulled forward into the spot. However, before I go to bed, I'm definitely gonna turn my van around and back into this spot, just in case. I don't know what could happen, but I want to prepare just in case something were to happen, and I want to be able to get out of here quick. I hope other people show up and stay all night, so I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure that semi that we drove past, I'm pretty sure that semi is going to be here all night, hopefully. It's kind of good that I'm staying at a Walmart, because tomorrow morning I've got to go in and get some things for my ice chest. I've got to get a couple of things for dinner for the next 2 nights, because where I'm going, I believe it's out in the middle of nowhere. I don't think there's going to be very many stores where I'm going to be, so I want to stock up while I'm here at Walmart so I don't have to worry about that later. So I'm going to go ahead and get in the back. It's pretty dark back there, so I don't think I'm going to film this, but I need to get things situated back there and get everything off my bed so that I can sleep. Okay, so I've got everything set up now, and I don't know how well you can see. I've got a light that my brother gave me, and it lights it up in here pretty good, but I don't know how the camera's going to handle it. So I don't have any actual covers for my windows. I definitely need to focus on getting those made. I plan on making them myself. But I brought a few blankets, and then I have one back here in the back covering the back windows. So it's pretty private. I don't think anybody can see me back here. So it's a little after 10 o'clock, so I think I'm going to get ready for bed, and I'm going to keep my camera right next to me just in case something happens tonight. So unless something crazy happens in the middle of the night, I'll see you in the morning. Brr. So it's a little past 6 in the morning. It's cold. It's very cold in here. Obviously I don't have any electric hookups at Walmart. Last night was pretty uneventful. Nothing happened. It was a little bit noisy with the traffic coming in and out, but other than that, nothing happened. Nobody came up to my van and bothered me or anything like that, so that's good. So I think what I'm gonna do now is get up, if I can gather the strength to get out from underneath these blankets, that is. I'm gonna get up and get around and get everything packed up, and I need to go inside Walmart and get a few things, and then get back on the road and head to the Black Mesa State Park. I think because I can't check into my camp spot until 2 o'clock, so I was gonna do a hike today, but it's supposed to be a little bit warmer tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna do the hike tomorrow. So the entire panhandle was pretty much farmland and flat until I got up to this Black Mesa area, and then the landscape completely changed. This back behind me is where I wanted to make my first stop. This is actually the Tri-Point area where Colorado, Oklahoma, and New Mexico all meet. And then a few miles back, there was some dinosaur footprints in that area. So I'm gonna go, on my way back, I'm gonna go check that out as well. So let's go ahead and check it out. And I'll show you the landscape around here as well. So Oklahoma, Colorado, Colorado again, and New Mexico. So in the last 15 seconds, I've stepped into 3 states. It's pretty cool. But check out, and I'm sure you saw the scenery, the landscape from my time-lapse video, but it is awesome out here. It's pretty windy and cold as well, so hopefully it's not as windy tomorrow. I know it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow, so that's when I'm gonna do my, the long hike that I have planned. So now that I've been here to see this, I guess let's go ahead and try to find some dinosaur tracks. Okay, it took me a minute to find them because there's absolutely no signs or directions or anything. It's a wonder anybody finds these down here. From what I read, they're not exactly sure of the species of dinosaur that left these, but they've been preserved in the sandstone, and they said that they think that it's a bipedal dinosaur, which includes T-Rex. Now, whether it's that or not, we don't know, but they said that these were discovered back in the 1980s, and 47 prints were found, but unfortunately, due to erosion, only a third of those are left, and here they are. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think. I don't know if you can tell based on my hand, but I don't think I would want to come across this dinosaur in real life, regardless if it was a carnivore or not. I don't know, it may be cool. I'm the only one out here. I saw one vehicle drive by a minute ago, but I haven't seen very many people out here today. It's pretty chilly and windy out. So now I think what I'm gonna do is just head to the state park and see if I can check in, and then get to my campground and clean up this mess. Ugh. Okay, so I got to my campsite. I've got everything, well, I've still got a little cleaning to do, but for the most part, everything is in its spot. I was gonna show you around the campsite right when I got here. However, after I got everything in its spot, I turned on the TV and started watching TV, and I've just been in here relaxing, and it's getting kind of dark out now, so I think I'll wait until tomorrow and then I'll show you around the camp spot. But everything that I've seen so far is really clean. I was in here, I had my computer out and I was doing a little bit of editing, and I saw out of the corner of my eye something moving out of my windshield, and I looked over and there was 7 deer in the field across from my campsite. I got some video of it. I'll see if I zoomed in on my camera as far as I could. I'll see if I can zoom in with my editing software as well and see if it comes out clear. I don't know if it will or not, but it was really cool. It's like they know, I mean, they were cautious, but it's like they know they're in a state park and nothing bad can happen to them. But anyway, I think I'm just going to relax for the rest of the evening. I'm watching Lost. This is a TV show that I can watch over and over and over again and never get tired of it. But I'm watching Lost right now. And then in a couple hours, I don't even know what time it is. It is only 5:30. In a few hours, then I'll get ready for bed and get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to probably push me to my limits. The hike that I'm wanting to do is going to take us all the way on top of the mesa, and it's supposed to be the highest elevation in all of Oklahoma. So I'm really excited to do it. However, it's 4 miles one way and then 4 miles back. That's an 8-mile hike, and that is something I don't think I've ever done. We'll see. No, there's no we'll see about it. I am going to make it to the end and make it back to my van. Now, what I'm doing when I get back to my van, I guess we'll wait and see. But anyway, good night, and I will see you in the morning.
Then maybe they put you down here to push a button every 100 minutes just to see if you would. That all of this, the computer, the button, is just a mind game, an experiment. Every single day.
Good morning, everybody. So today is going to be the day of the big hike. It's going to be a total of 8 miles, so we'll see how it goes. I don't think I've ever walked. Well, I was in Vegas one time, and I walked from my hotel to downtown because I didn't realize how far it was, and I think that was over 8 miles, and I was done. When I got there, I took a cab back and I was done. But I've been walking every day. I've been trying to walk every day, at least a couple of miles, so I think I can handle it a little better now. But we'll find out. So this morning when I got up, I looked outside my window and saw this. Yesterday they were across the street and quite a ways away, so I couldn't get a very good shot of them. But this morning I got a really good shot of this buck. There was some others on down the road, but they were a little too far for me to film, so I just focused on this guy. But what I'm going to do now, I have some trash to take over to the dumpster and then head over to the trailhead and start hiking. Alright, so I've got my watch set and going, so we'll see how far it says I go today and how long it takes me. I'm kind of excited to finish this. One down, 3 to go. Also, I might add, my mom would very much appreciate these benches being over here. Sorry, Mom. I think that might be where we're going. I think I see kind of a trail going up the side. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that may be where we're going. So every once in a while, I'm looking around, looking behind me. I've seen some coyotes in this area. I haven't seen any on this trail, but I've seen some out in this area. I don't know if they would bother me or not, and I know that there's bison. I've heard that there's bison out here too, which would be awesome to see. I just don't want to come up on one. So I'm watching my surroundings, is what I'm trying to say. That's all I need, is to get attacked by an animal out here by myself. And another thing, I was a little worried about it being cold out here. I'm about to have to take this hoodie off. I think this may be mile 2. And there's a box here that says water. Let's check it out. There better not be anything in here to jump out at me. Oh, first aid kit. I don't see any water. That's probably just for the summer. Luckily, I brought my own. I've seen those out here, but that's it on this. I'm a little worried about those, which are not pictured, and those. Probably the worst thing I hate out of everything is snakes. I'm keeping an eye out for them, but I don't think they're out this time of year. I don't think I have to worry too much about them. I'm really glad that I decided to wait until today to do this hike because it's warmer out and there has been very little wind. There's no wind at all right now. And the past 2 days have been extremely windy, so today was the perfect day to choose. I think this is where I start going up. Yep, this is the hardest part so far. Whew. And still going up. That area I pointed out earlier is where we're going up. There's the trail I just came down. And right there is that bench that had the water. watch says that I've gone 6,655 steps and a little over 3 kilometers. My watch is set to kilometers somehow. I don't know how to get it back to miles, but this is definitely the hardest part of the trail. It's going up and it looks like it gets steeper up there, so I guess I'll just push on and keep going. But one thing I can say about it is very beautiful up here. Almost there. Man, parts of this trail get pretty steep. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I've made it to the top. Oh my goodness. Thank the Lord. Whew. Okay, now that I'm on the top, I need to catch my breath real quick. It took me 1 hour and 20 minutes to get up here. 7,260 steps. And there's still probably 3/4 of a mile all the way to the actual high point. So I'm just gonna catch my breath for a second and then keep on going. Going down should be significantly easier, I would think. I guess we'll find out. Well, there it is. I am at the highest elevation in all of Oklahoma right now. It's pretty cool. So Kansas is 53 miles from here. New York City is 1,605 miles. Texas is 31 miles from here, due south. New Mexico is 1,299 feet due west. Los Angeles is 895 miles. And Colorado is 4.7 miles due north. So, New Mexico is only 1,300 feet that way. Should we hike into New Mexico? I think we should. Let's try it out. Whoa. Well, this is as far as I can get. However, I'm pretty confident this is over 1,300 feet, so I'll check the map to make sure I'm actually in New Mexico, but check this out. You probably can't tell in the camera very well, but we are way up here. And this is just like a cliff right here. It's very beautiful out here and quiet. If I'm not talking or walking or anything and I'm just sitting still, you can't hear anything besides maybe a bird or two every once in a while. I can hear my ears ringing. It's so quiet. I bet on a clear day, because there's no lights out here at all, so I bet on a clear day or a clear night, the stars look absolutely incredible out here. See, this is the stuff that I wanted to do. Check out things that normally I would never do, but I would never do. And now I'm out here, even though I'm by myself, it's awesome. I love it. I want to do so much more of this and see even cooler things. I cannot wait to see where this van journey takes me. It's going to be awesome. Let me check my map real quick on my phone and see if I'm actually in New Mexico. I'm kind of curious. Nope, I'm not in New Mexico. And I cannot go any further unless I sprout wings and fly. But I don't know if you can see it very well or not on the... If it doesn't turn out, I'll put it up on the screen, but... This map shows that the trail starts again up there somewhere. I can't see it. But I don't know how you would get down. There's like a gap in the trail. Probably where this cliff is. So I think now I'm just going to make my way back down, and I'm really glad I came out here to do this. This is pretty awesome. Alright, so I've gone 5.1 kilometers and 11,250 steps. I've been hiking now for 2 hours and 10 minutes, and now I'm heading back down. I stood up there for a little while looking over everything and checking out the views, so it didn't take me that long to get up there. I forgot to look at my watch when I got there. Now we'll see how long it takes me to get down, and then I'll give you the final numbers for the entire hike. I wish you could see it, how far up we are on the camera. But nothing compares to real life, I guess. So now I'm gonna make my way back down. The sun went back behind the clouds and the wind was picking up a little bit up here, but so I had to put my hoodie back on, but I have a feeling I'm gonna be losing it again once I get down here. All right, I've made it back down and I have 2 miles left to go. It's a pretty fun hike. If any of you decide to come here and go hiking, once you reach the mile 2 marker bench where I was just at, that's when the trail starts going up, and that's the hardest part of the whole thing. But I made it, and I don't do this a whole lot. I think I mentioned in my last travel video that I want to start working myself up to doing hikes like this. So I'm just pushing myself to get used to it, and then maybe I can start doing even harder hikes. All right, I made it. It took me 3 hours and 36 minutes. I went 9.24 kilometers. I burned 1,170 calories, and I took 20,328 steps. So I'm not gonna lie, I feel very accomplished today. That was awesome. So now, I think I'm gonna hang out for a minute, relax for just a second, and then I'll head back to my campsite and show you around there. Okay, never mind, I guess it was showing me in miles, because at the very end, it shows 9.2 miles. I'm okay with that. All right, so here's my camp spot. This is a really nice place. Back behind, there's this hill. Actually, I haven't even walked up there to see what's up there, but it's pretty private on this side. I've got water and electric hookups. And then there's a grill and a table as well over here. The spaces are a lot closer here than they were at the Robbers Cave State Park. But it's still pretty private. I mentioned earlier that I still don't have window coverings for my windows, and I didn't feel like I needed to cover them last night. And there's not a whole lot of people. If there was a lot of people, then I would probably feel the need to cover them up, but there hasn't been a lot of people out here this weekend. So now I think I'm just gonna get everything ready for tomorrow morning. I think I'm gonna try to leave around 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a 7-hour drive home, so that'll get me home around noon. made it home, and I have to say, I really enjoyed that trip. I was a little nervous because obviously I went out on that trip by myself, and I've never went out on a trip like that by myself before. So I was a little bit nervous, but everything turned out great. I cannot wait until my next trip. However, I'm gonna put my trips on hold for right now. I really need to buckle down and focus on getting the van built. I have a trip planned for the end of January, and I want to get my van almost, if not completed, by then. So I really need to start focusing on this and get everything finished, and then I can start focusing on different trips. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video and coming along with me on my first solo trip. It was an awesome experience. I can't wait to do it again, and I hope you all will join me for future trips. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.